Every season they release several sports anime, but there's always one problem. How are we supposed to know what's good or not? We're anime nerds, we're weebs, we watch shows, read manga, play video games. We don't go outside and do physical activity. We don't know what the sports ball things are, let alone what that green stuff is. So I took it upon myself to be the sacrificial lamb and watch all of these shows. I watched Aoshi, Birdie Wing, Love All Play, and Dance Dance Danseour. And yes, there has to be a sport. You're running around, jumping, sweating. I don't know what other qualifications you need to be a sport. Before we get any further though, Love All Play wasn't it for me. I couldn't do it. I'm not going to spend much time on it because I didn't watch past episode 4. I tried watching 5 and just turned it off halfway through. It's very bland. The MC is the same trump card as the MC from Salaryman, and honestly I just recommend watching that instead. If you're into badminton, then you'll probably enjoy it purely because it stays realistic to the game and it doesn't get too anime-like. But I have a question for you now. Have you ever tried watching golf? It's really boring, but you know what isn't? Waifus and anime. So by making every character waifu and giving them cool anime golf moves, we now have a fun way of watching golf, and it's called Birdie Wing. This show is about 2 girls and one named Eve who grew up in the slums and helped provide for the people she lived with by participating in high-stake golf betting games and getting involved with the golf mafia. Yeah, there's a golf mafia. The other girl is named Aoshi, and she grew up attending a prestigious school with an amazing golf team. Her parents were both professional golfers and own a golf company, and she's the previous U15 world champion. One day they meet and they made out. Okay, they really didn't make out, they played golf, but it's a lot of unwritten tension between them. After they meet and play, they determine to play again because they're the only people they see as each other's equals. So Eve moves to Japan, attends the same school as her, and they start playing doubles golf together at that school. If that isn't unwritten love, then I don't know what is. I give the show like a 7 out of 10. It's not a masterpiece, it's just so anime. It gives me the same feeling now as when I was 5 watching Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! There are waifus everywhere, they have their own special golf moves they call out by name before they do it. There are waifus, they have special golf move stances. There are waifus, and also there's a golf mafia made up of waifus. And there's this thing. It's just something to kick back and watch after a hard day and just laugh at or with. It's nothing serious, it's just a show having fun with a super normal thing making it dummy ridiculous. Next up is the manliest show I have ever seen. It's about a boy who has a dream and a passion to do what he has always wanted to do, and it's to dance ballet. Dance Dance Danseour follows a boy named Jinpei who when younger watched a dancer that made him fall in love with ballet, and he did other activities on the side along with it. Then his father passed away and his dying words were, "You have to take care of the family because you're the man of the house now." So he quit ballet and only did manly sports. That was until a girl flashed her panties at him and showed him her ballet studio that she dances at and reignited his passion for ballet. She flashed her panties. Jinpei was just putty in her hands. After this happened, the story follows Jinpei trying to figure out if it's okay to dance and be happy doing what he likes and discovering his true dreams to become the first Japanese person to become a dancer noble in the world. Finally, for the review of Dance Dance Danseour, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. My number one thing about the show is the art and animation. It threw me off at first, but the more I watched it, the more I fell in love with it. Again, I love big, detailed, glowing eyes, and there's plenty of those to go around in this show. And they also had different and unique character designs. Then the animation they do and the feeling you get when they are being awed or inspired by a dance or something really cool happening is like nothing else. The story's pretty basic. The MC wants to become the best, but must overcome harsh truths to do it. It is a little different than normal, so I appreciated that as well. Finally, we have Aoshi. This is a little different because it's similar to Love All Play where it stays more realistic to the game, but I played soccer from when I was 4 to collegiate level soccer, so everything was fun to watch and I loved all the references that they were making, but to an average viewer it may be different. But this show follows Aoi, who grew up in a poor family in the backwoods of Japan. While he's playing his last middle school game, a man just happened to be watching who also just happened to be the coach of a youth team in Tokyo. He tells Aoi to try out, and this begins his future and gives his dreams of becoming a professional player a real shot at coming true. But after making the team, he has to face a lot of challenges because he's been playing soccer relying completely off instinct and raw athleticism, and he doesn't know the basics and is far behind the rest of the youth team players. For the review of Aoshi, I give it like an 8, maybe a 7.75 out of 10. Some episodes are just really slow, and he spends a lot of time trying to figure out what he's doing wrong so he can better himself. That's not to say there aren't cool moments and spurts of genius in his play. I just wish there was more game time and he didn't seem as useless as he is. But that's just how this story is written. It's written so you can see the upbringing from the bottom to the top that he has to go through. But that's also why I think I'm going to enjoy Blue Lock more when it comes out, because I think it's going to skip that part. But after watching these shows, I would say that Dance Dance Danseour is probably my favorite, at least, if not the best this season. Only reason I think Aoshi competes so close with it is because I've played soccer my entire life. I think for an average viewer, it might be different and it's probably lower down the tier list, but I could be completely wrong and just not giving credit where credit's due. But that's just my opinion on the shows, guys, and that's all I have for you in today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about these shows, which one's your favorite. I love reading the different opinions out there. Some of them are really eye-opening and kind of change my own thoughts on things, but I'll see you guys in the next one.